I didn't come into this one expecting much. Fixed series, so no setup tweaks, barely any practice, and because of that, I didn't even qualify. Just me, a track I barely know, and a vague hope I don't completely embarrass myself. Honestly, all I wanted was to survive. A clean race would be nice, but some iRacing would be nicer. So here we are. No expectations, no quali, no pace. But maybe, just maybe, a chance to steal something from the chaos. 24th on the grid, right at the back. Honestly, it's kind of peaceful back here. No chaos, no expectations, just me and 23 other people I'd quite like to overtake. But I actually get a half decent launch. Before we even hit the straight, I'm already gapping 2 cars. Rolling starts used to throw me off completely, but I'm starting to get the hang of them. Knowing when to prep the throttle, when to go, when the gaps open up, it's weirdly satisfying. Then I spot him, the Patronus car. Full send, first lap, down the inside like it's already the final corner of a 10-lap shootout. I see it coming and I'm not in the mood for contact, so I give him the space and let him have it. I try to return the favour with a little cutback at the hairpin, but the cold tyres aren't having it. Rear end goes light, I get a bit of a slide on corner exit, and there goes all my momentum down the straight. Meanwhile, the Patronus car's absolutely flying. Dives on the Porsche ahead like it's got somewhere to be. For a second I think about following him through. I could have gone heavy on the brakes and tried to squeeze in behind, but after the little slide I just had, nah, not worth it. But now I'm boxed in, the Porsche's holding me up and the group ahead is already starting to pull a small gap. This is where you either stay patient or you start getting desperate. Then it happens. My first off-track of the race, flying through Maggots, and spoiler alert, it's not going to be the last. I don't know why I kept sending it through there like that, just greediness. I clearly couldn't help myself, and this is probably going to come back to bite me. I tried to go for a slightly wider entry through Becketts, see if I can carry a little bit more speed and get the run on him down to the hangar straight. But just as I line it up, I think he's going to squeeze me off on the exit, so I dip back inside, scrub a bit of speed, and yeah, that's the run block. He's got the inside line for the next corner. I've got nothing to fight with. Smart defence, and annoying, but smart. Then chaos. A Mercedes ahead hits the outside sausage curb and immediately rotates like it's been punted by a ghost. Spins across the track and thankfully thinks twice about the rejoin. Bit of a lucky escape for all of us. Back to the Porsche. Again I try the wider line through turn 17, desperate to find something to use against him, but as I come through Club Corner the rear steps out again. Just a tiny slide, but enough to kill the momentum again. Lap 1 ends, and I've made up 3 places. Technically progress, spiritually very frustrating. Lap 2 kicks off with a gift. The Mercedes up the road completely bottles T1, runs it wide, drops a couple spots, and suddenly he's dropped right into my group. The Porsche I've been stuck behind dives for the inside, but I clock the Merc going for the hairpin and make a snap decision. Follow him in tight. It's a narrow line, but if I nail it I can stop the Porsche getting near the apex and shut the door before he even thinks about squeezing through. And boom, it works perfectly. I glide through, Porsche boxed out, job done. Now I'm chasing the Merc through the next few corners, sticking with him, as if there's a tow rope between us. But then, yeah, another off track, this time through Maggots again. Why am I like this? It's the same story every time, pushing a little too hard, trying to claw back time and ending up 2 tyres over the white line again. At this point I'm starting to wonder if I actually know where the limits are, or if I'm just guessing. Further up, a Porsche gets absolutely yeeted off track. Full scenic route through the grass. Doesn't affect me directly, but it's a nice little reminder. Eyes up. People are still driving like it's the last lap of Le Mans. Back to business. I get a solid run out of the last turn, close the gap on the car in front, and by T1 I'm already alongside. I slot in behind the same Porsche who was grass cutting earlier, and this time I get a move done through T3, clean, confident, and another position gained. Now I'm tucked in behind him down the Wellington straight, and I give him a little tease, pull out slightly, show him the nose into Brooklands. Not actually going for the move, but I want to let him know I'm there, just planting the seed. We get through a leftover wreck from earlier, and now I'm right on his bumper. Nearly collect him through turn 9. Legit had to lift, and that's when the mental note gets scribbled down. If I'm still behind him next lap, this is the spot. Final corner, I line him up one more time. I'm sure I've got the legs on him into T1, but then the same slide again. Rear snaps just enough to kill the run. Story of the lap. Still, end of lap 3, P17. That's 7 spots gained from the grid and a small pile of off-tracks earned along the way. Lap 4, and I'm still all over this Porsche. At this point, I'm not even racing. I'm conducting a full psychological evaluation of his driving, trying to figure out where he's weakest, where I can pressure him, where I can actually get by without recreating a scene from a Michael Bay movie. We barrel into Maggots again. We're both on the brakes, but just as I let off for turn 12, he absolutely slams the anchors. I've got milliseconds to react, jam the brakes, dive wide, avoid becoming his rear bumper ornament. Run compromised, momentum gone. And now I'm understeering to hell just trying to dodge him. Not ideal for keeping those front tyres cool. To make things worse, my hesitations invited company. The AMG's back, filling my mirrors like he owns them. The longer I stay boxed in behind this Porsche, the more I'm bleeding time, and now it's becoming a real problem. Lap 5 starts with chaos. He's slow into T1 again, and I'm right there. The gap vanishes, and I'm left with a monster lunge into turn 3. I know he'll cover the inside at the hairpin, so I hang it out as wide as I can and go for the cutback. We exit side by side into the flat out left and down the full sweeping straight. He wants to put me on the inside for Brooklands. I want him pinned to the outside so we reset the status quo and I get the better line. It's a proper wheel-to-wheel chess match at 135 miles an hour. I hold firm and it works. I beat him to the next corner. The AMG tries to follow me through and it gets messy. You tell me, was it fair racing or was that a punt in a tuxedo? Now I've got a new Porsche in front and I'm watching him like a hawk. The last guy was holding me up like crazy and this one hasn't pulled a gap, so I already know I've got the pace. I just need to be clinical, calm, pick the right moment. Only one problem. I'm already sitting on 11 incident points from off tracks. No contact, no chaos, just me hitting white lines like my name's Tony Montana, and now it's starting to get a bit alarming. I'm not sure whether to back off or spin a U-turn and check myself into rehab. If I don't rein it in soon, I'm going to get disqualified. Lap 6, I'm all over the Porsche like a rash. I get a better run around T1, start reeling him in through T2, and then out of nowhere he jabs the brakes right in front of me. No incident, no damage, but for a moment I thought I was about to become his new rear bumper. Luckily I was already set up wide on entry, so I swing around him clean and keep it tidy. Now the plan is simple. Don't push too hard. Try to close the gap to the car in front, build a bit of a cushion behind, but most importantly, Don't cook the tyres, and for the love of God, stop flirting with the off-tracks. I've done enough. Let's not bin it all in the name of glory. But in the mirror, trouble's brewing. The black Mercedes, the one that took a scenic tour of the sausage curb back at lap 1, is carving his way through the same cars I've just passed. If he keeps this up, he's going to be a problem before we reach the flag. Final lap. 14 incident points. Let me say that again. 14. One single hit, whether it's my fault or not, and I'm disqualified. DQ, deleted, gone. I'm trying to play it safe, trying not to push, but the car behind clearly missed the memo. He's closing in hard. I can feel him sniffing for a lunge, hoping I crack under pressure. And now he's flashing his lights. Desperate, annoying, distracting, but it's working. I'm thinking about him, not the lap, and I need to snap out of it. 2 corners to go. If I go defensive, he's got no way past. Just be smooth, precise, intentional, and pray he doesn't panic brake and rear end me into another dimension. Coming through the last corner, and suddenly an orange BMW looks like it's seriously considering turning into my front end and sending me to the shadow realm. But he doesn't. He backs out. Miracles do happen. I crossed the line in 14th. Started 24th. Barely practiced. New car, new track, a layout I can't stand. Only 1 race this week. Second split out of 5. So yeah, finished 14th with 14x. Honestly, I'll take it. It could have been cleaner, could have been calmer, but at least it wasn't catastrophic. Sure, I went double red. Took a huge hit to my iRacing. But honestly, what a great race this week. Massive shout out to all the new subscribers. Welcome aboard. If you want to hang out between uploads, the Discord server's open and growing fast. Links in the description and the pinned comment. Come say hi, share setups, memes, your races, all that good stuff. But thanks for watching, as always, you legends, and I'll catch you all back in the clusterfuts next time.